Hello and welcome everyone to another episode. Yes, so it's been a while. I've been a little busy, and I really didn't mean to wait that long to upload videos or anything along those lines. But what ended up happening is I had a lot of opportunity to release videos earlier and record, and I just kind of needed a break from all of this. And it's not in a bad way. Like, I mean, it's not like I'm saying I'm done or anything like that, or, that videos are going to be released, less frequently. It's, more of just, with real life and everything else, you kind of want to just take a breather every now and again, and, I do take them occasionally. It's not even, I feel a little bit neglectful of everything, but in the same sense, doing this on a constant basis, like in the very beginning, was pretty fun, and it still is, and I'm not saying that, oh yeah, I'm gonna step back and not release as many videos as I used to. It's just, I really do like taking breaks every now and again, and I was actually playing the game a little bit here and there, and messing around with the moon base that I just recently landed. I was having a little bit of fun, and it was getting to the point a little bit. Whoa, I should speed up now. What am I doing? It was getting a little bit to the point where I was like, I was almost like, yeah, well, I don't need to release videos that often anymore, or whatever, and, then I'm like, well, I don't know, I have fun doing it, so, I've been watching a lot of, the old Kurt videos, and, I was watching, what's his name, Scott Manley, and, with the Solar Gamer, a few different people, and I'm like, well, I need to get back to doing this. Like, what am I doing? I gotta get back into the game and everything else and have some fun again. And, with recording these videos, I mean, especially the number one thing, too, that's generally my problem with playing this game, is if I'm not recording and I'm trying to play, I run out of things to do really quickly. But then as soon as I start recording, I'm like, oh, well, I could do this, and I could do this, and I could do this, and this, and this, and this, and it's just like a never-ending stream of, I could do these things, and these things. I'm hoping that this rocket doesn't break apart, because it has a tendency to. These longer style rockets generally don't stick together very well. But, hopefully it does. That's all I can say. Hopefully. We can keep our fingers crossed or something. I have no idea. But, yeah, so this is our mission to Eve. Definitely hoping that it will make it there and everything else. I got a lot of hopium in my system, so definitely praying that it will make it there. It looks like this launch is going pretty well, though, I do say. What else is new? I've been following the updates as far as the game is concerned, and, yeah, all I have to say is that, it's looking pretty friggin' awesome. That's all I do have to say. The overall design of the game is going to be, as far as the, loading screen, when you first, start your game and everything else, everything's completely different. I think it looks a little bit better than how it used to look, but we'll see. I think this rocket part has just broken off here, and I'm just gonna ride it out because there's not much fuel left. Come on. Oh, these things like to spin around sometimes. I really don't know why. There we go. Well, I mean, it kind of put us on a really weird-looking, wonky orbit, but this will help us out anyways. We lost a little bit, but whatever. I'm not going to relaunch. The amount of fuel for that stage really isn't, that big of a deal so far. whatever. But yeah, anyways, back to that. The one thing I was kind of upset about, and I thought this was just kind of, I don't know, I thought it was kind of unfair in a sense, is, who was it? All the bigger YouTubers, they got basically a free view of the game, before, it actually got released and all that other good stuff. And I thought that was just kind of unfair as far as other YouTubers and all that other stuff, because it's basically just saying, okay, well, all you small people don't really matter. All the big people are the only ones that really matter. And that's the way I really, I took, the idea of what they did, as far as everything's concerned. I really saw it as, okay, well, you guys don't really matter, but these bigger people who promote our game are the ones who really do matter. So I was just a little bit turned off by that, and for as many videos as I've done and the amount of stuff I've done, it kind of is a little bit off-putting in a sense. So I think I'm going to, whoa, what am I doing here? Kill these engines. Just gonna time warp a little bit out. I could bring this down to like 2 minutes if I wanted to. Something like that. Well, it would be 1 minute and 30 something seconds or whatever. Yeah, that works. Now, I'm really hoping we have enough fuel to get there. I really don't see this as being too much of a big deal, but once again, I'm just hoping that we do have enough fuel, because I really don't know how much we are going to need. Even so, like, interplanetary missions in general for me always turn out the same way. And it's always kind of like, either I don't have enough fuel or I bring so much that I really don't know why I brought that much. And I'm planning on, once I get these rovers there at least, to launch the Eve base. Now, I do know, obviously the update is coming out and all that other stuff, and the update's basically going to break everything, and I'm going to lose basically everything. I understand these things, and I'm totally okay with it. I'm going to see if I can try to salvage some of the game, but I really don't know. A lot of people are saying, and also telling me, privately as well, that I'm not going to be losing anything, and then other people are saying, especially on the Kerbal Space Program forums, that everything's going bye-bye. So it's like, either one person saying, it's like one person saying one thing, and the other person saying another thing. So it is just kind of annoying right now as far as, what's going on. I really don't know. So, I really hope you guys like the montage videos, or whatever you want to call them. They're not really montage videos, but, the recollection videos are something I've been wanting to do for a while, and I just never really took the time or effort to just do something like that. I kind of had a little bit of a different idea pictured on how I wanted to do them, but I just never really bothered. So, I mean, the way that they turned out was pretty good, and not to mention, I really just wanted to get something out there to talk about, how I constructed these things, and how I went through as far as designing everything, and all that good stuff. Now, the one thing I really am upset with a little bit is I never really got satellites down, and I never really figured out how to create like a somewhat reasonable satellite network. And with the next version of the game, once it comes out and everything goes bye-bye, I'm going to start launching satellites, and I'm really going to focus on Kerbin for the very beginning. Kerbin's going to be like my #1 priority, is getting everything around Kerbin kind of squared away and set up. And then I'm going to start moving to the moon, and then after the moon, it's going to be, Minmus and, all the other planets eventually. Like, I kind of want to do it a little bit differently than what I did before. So there's certain things that turned out exactly the way I wanted them, and then other things just didn't really turn out that great. Like the satellite network just looks like crap to me. So, the one thing I did really figure out with those is, basically launching them and setting them up into a grid type network where, one's orbiting in one direction, and then you have, one at like a 90 degrees orbiting in a different direction or whatever else. I just never really, at that point in the time when I launched this thing in the game, I really didn't have any clue as far as how to do that. So Minmus should be somewhere visible, someplace. I can never find Minmus when I need it. Okay, there's Kerbin. So Minmus should be somewhere. I don't see it. Wait, so if this is our craft right here, then it should be kind of over the top here. So yeah, never mind about that. Let's just keep going. But yeah, in that point in time in the game, I really didn't know what I was doing as far as certain things, and I just, it's always kind of a, I can't even really say it. I probably said and all that other stuff like a million times already, but it's, with this game, it always, you always end up figuring out new and kind of cool ideas on ways to do things that you really didn't realize at the point of launch. The one thing that was even worse was Kerbal Space Station and the amount of parts. At the time when I launched that thing, it only had, let's see, Kerbal Space Station, I didn't even have a design set up as far as the launcher platform, like what I'm going to use to launch. It was just separate vehicles, each one slightly different from the other one, and that caused a lot of problems. Because you'd want to launch one thing, and then another thing would cause some kind of a problem, and then something else would cause another problem, but it was always just a constant stream of problems with that thing in the beginnings. But yeah, let's get back to the new update. As far as what I've seen so far, there's going to be a lot of different parts added, and the one part that I was hoping that was going to be added would be the ion engine. They have an ion engine that's basically, I think it does 1 Newton of thrust or something like that, compared to the one, or otherwise it does 2. Not 100% certain on that one, but if you look at the parts that have been added over the time since they initially started adding everything, and they've been doing these last couple updates, if you guys know or at least are familiar with the Kerbal KSP X pack, which is basically a mod created by one of the now developers of the game. A lot of the parts that have been added over these last couple updates have been her parts, basically, and I'm not upset with that idea. I just thought that maybe they would be adding something different. Oh, I don't even have our SAS on, but the SAS is also completely got redone, and I can't think of what else, but her parts basically have been the one thing that has been added basically ever since like the beginning. Once she got hired and everything else, a lot of the new parts that were added are basically just her parts, and I think that they're maybe a little bit retextured and a few other things, but that's basically all it is. I don't know the developers by name. I'm not like that into who is doing what for the team and everything else, but yeah, that's basically the best way I can describe it. Alright, so once I do this, once we get to where I have to do my burn, I will speed it up from there. There's no point in me showing you guys the burn, but I'll show you how to get to Eve at least. So, let's see. I'll just set up, and let's see what I can get. Hopefully, I can, I don't have to do another orbit around or anything like that, and I can just make it there in like one shot with one opportunity. Let's see. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Whoa, I had something really good right there for a second, but it completely disappeared on me. Because it's always really good when you hit an orbit and then it starts pulling your orbit down a little bit. There we go. That's probably pretty close too. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. And that will put me closer a little bit. Is there anything else that can be done? Let's see. Well, alright, that's gonna put me really far away. And that will put me on a collision course, maybe? Wow. Yeah, that's actually amazing. So, yeah, let's get to Eve here. I'm going to see you guys on the other side. Once again, I'll let you know when to fast forward to. If you want to watch the burn, go ahead. Nothing really too exciting. So, anyways, guys, I will see you on the other side. And we are back, guys, and all I have to say is, wow. This has to be the closest I've ever gotten on an encounter, especially on an interplanetary mission. This is just insane to me. I've never actually gotten below maybe 500,000 on an interplanetary mission as far as an encounter. So we're basically going to be like right on top of this freaking thing as soon as we get there. Hopefully we're not like too insanely close, but I'm gonna probably start my burn a little bit early once we're at like maybe 100,000 or something like that. It really just we're probably close enough right now to see it, which it should be just smack in front of us somewhere. Otherwise behind us, or I have no idea. Alright. Yeah, I think, okay, what is this? Alright, that's at 84. Alright, there's Eve Space Station. It's gonna be the first thing to ever pass by in like the longest time. These guys have been sitting here like probably like what's going on here. Now I wonder if I don't know how far the atmosphere comes out, but maybe I could aero brake. I think I'm gonna quick save first before I do anything a little crazy. I've never actually aero braked before, so see, if I brought this down a little bit further, let's see, 57. I don't know. I know you. I don't think I'm even going to risk it, because I know with aerobraking, if you go too low, you'll basically just get sucked in, and if you're too high, you know, then you'll misjudge your burn, basically, so then you won't know exactly how far you need to be in order to start your burn. And I just don't want to screw up this mission as it is, so I'm probably going to end up starting my burn here, like, as soon as we get on this side. Probably like somewhere around right here, because I know the burn is going to take a little while. So, alright, yeah, we're at 170,000 right here. I'll bring it in just a little bit closer. But yeah, I've never actually really messed with aerobraking, only because it just is insane. So, I mean, maybe I should have done it, considering my speed right now is insanely high, but, you know, whatever. I guess that was, if anything, I'll just have to reload. Actually, I don't even think I'm going to, wow. I don't think I'm going to have to. Yes, there we go. Yeah, we're in orbit. I looked at the speed and I'm just like, yeah, that's just insane high. No, that's not going to work. So what I'm going to be looking for is there's a specific... Oh my god, I'm burning my RCS. Turn this off and turn this off. There we go. I'm going to get more towards the center here, and then we'll continue our burn. Just because I want to be more towards the center. But basically, there is a mountain range somewhere on this planet. Not too sure where, but basically it is higher than any other portion of, you know, the map. I really don't know where it is. All I've gotten as far as information is it's south of the equator, which, I mean, that's not very descriptive at all. So, I mean, maybe what I'll do is I'll go into the Eve Explorer and we'll try to find our landing site. But I really don't see where, you know, where the heck the landing site's going to be. So maybe it's somewhere on the dark side and I just don't see it yet, but that's where I want to land, basically. I want to figure out how to land there, all that other good stuff, and then once I send the Duna, or once I... the Duna... It looks like we are in the atmosphere, actually. Or am I just mistaken? I really don't understand why this time warp isn't working. So, I'm gonna time warp around one more time. Maybe I will see it. It's just like as far as like the map is concerned, it's just that when you're in orbit, like, you just can't see these things. So, let's see. Am I actually scraping by on the atmosphere here? Oh, yes, I am. Yes, I am. So, I guess I did sort of an aero brake. Alright, I'm gonna slow down. Fire these engines a little bit. I don't want to end up, you know, falling back in, and then we're gonna have to do a burn on this side just to bring it up. I think I'll bring it up to like 100,000. I don't know the, you know, the exacts as far as how high the atmosphere is around Eve and all that other good stuff. So, you know, give me a break. But I mean, I got all you guys do have to say, and at least I have to say, I got pretty close. So we're just in the very upper portion of the atmosphere, so it's not a bad thing. So right now we're actually leaving and we're coming back out, so very slowly. I'll just see where this starts to move on here, and then I'll figure out where to do a burn. So, but we have brought down our orbit pretty much. Wow, this is, I'm like a little, worried right now. I don't know why. I've never actually done a mission to Eve where, you know, I needed to be so precise, so this is a little bit, funky to me. So, let's see. Yeah, so I'm just trying to find this mountain range or whatever it is. I don't see it, and I have no clue where it could possibly be. I'm trying to see if I can switch my mission to the Eve Explorer 1, and maybe if I'm on the surface it will actually show, because I don't see this mountain range at all. So maybe I should time warp a little bit. I'm not really 100% certain. All I've gotten is that it's south of the equator, which we have a big crater right here. I really just don't see any kind of mountain range anywhere. Chances are I'm probably not going to find it. I just don't see it. So if I can't find it, I'll have to look up a map of it or something and then come back, because it's basically just almost like a raised square out of the surface. That's basically what it looks like. With the pictures of it, it's pretty much just a raised square. That's the best way I could describe it, to be honest. And it almost looks like they were using the, you know, terrain generation tool or, you know, something like that, and they just went into the map and just raised a specific part. Now this looks promising right here, but it's not. It's really south of the equator, because the equator would be somewhere around here. Yeah, I don't think that's it, but it is a square, sort of. But yeah, it's just a raised square out of the surface. Hopefully we end up seeing it. I don't see anything, to be honest, so if anything, maybe we'll choose, because that's where I wanted to choose my moon base, or, well, not my moon base site, but it looks like there's an Easter egg right here or something, maybe? I have no idea. Otherwise, that's just a really tiny, tiny lake. I have no idea what that is. Yeah, I just don't see anything as far as any kind of raised square off the surface. I wish I could switch craft from here, but it won't let me for some reason. And I don't feel like going all the way back. So I think what I'm going to do is just kind of pick a landing site and call it a day, possibly. Hold on, let's just do one more rotation. And, yeah, hold on 1 second. Yeah, and we're back, guys. Yeah, I had to, scope out a new landing site, and, I basically have scrubbed this landing site so far. Mostly because, yeah, we kind of missed our mark, and it's not really good things. So I'm going to detach the first rover, probe, whatever you want to call it. Let's get the RCS going and push ourselves away a little bit. Oh yeah, control from here, please. There we go. Oh, but no, this way. Let's go, 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 go. Hopefully we didn't damage it in any kind of way. We have no way of repairing it, so wouldn't be a good thing. Push ourselves down a little bit, get us a little bit away from the spacecraft itself. And we're gonna leave this other one on here because I'm gonna try to swing around and redo that landing. So there we go. Alright, bring this over, and let's get this thing down here. Let's see. This is going to be our landing site for now, and then our other landing site will be in that little cratery area. Only because I mostly just want to land someplace where it's really intensely flat. That way we can, you know, kind of scope out. We can scope out the area and figure out, okay, well, if I start my burn here and all that other good stuff, it will bring us down to the point where we can land. So I gotta bring this down like crazy. And let's see, we are looking pretty good with the electrical charge. It's running out very slowly. Once we get on the surface, I will deploy the solar panels and everything else. So, I mean, hopefully we don't run out before we hit the surface. You know, that won't be a good thing. So, it'd be nice if I could hold my mouse over this and it would tell me what the altitude in that specific area is. So we have completely run out of fuel for landing, and I'll just turn this off. And I'm just watching that electrical charge right now because I'm really hoping it doesn't get sucked down too far, because that won't be a good thing. Now I'm gonna have to deploy these chutes manually because apparently I didn't do it correctly with my first launch. I don't know why these got screwed up in the first place. It's kind of weird. So we'll be entering in the atmosphere shortly, and we'll be able to kind of have some fun with this, hopefully. So it looks like, I mean, we should be getting really slowed down right now, or at least somewhat. And this thing almost looks like it's on a collision course or something with oh my god. Yeah, it really looks like we're about to land in the water, which wouldn't be a good thing. And we are. At least I think we are. I don't know. It's too close to call it. Maybe I can use RCS to push us over. No, this way, this way, this way. Keep going this way. Yeah, I think the RCS is actually pushing us over a bit. If I can land on this little spot right here, that would be amazing. But I don't think it's gonna happen. There we go. Yeah, push us this way. I don't really need the RCS for anything once we land, so I think we're going to be okay. It's going to be a really close one. I really didn't land on target at all, so this kind of sucks if we're going to land in the water. Yeah, come on, push us over. Push us over. Oh, we're out of RCS now, and we're getting close to the surface. I'm gonna have to slow it down here once these main chutes deploy. This is gonna take forever. Come on, come on. And we got the landing of our first rover on Eve. Hopefully this is not... Oh, that was pretty good. Just decouple this. Hopefully it just falls off ever so nicely, which it didn't. And we'll just kind of back up or something. Get ourselves away. Come on. Come on. hold on, let's see. Does this thing, it's not in any way controllable. This is amazing. I'm actually pretty freaking happy right now. All we have to do is just get this stupid thing from out underneath it or whatever. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, little guy. I'll just deploy a panel right now. That way it can get some kind of charge. I don't want to end up bleeding these batteries dry. That really won't be a good thing. And let's see. It was a really close landing. That's all I do have to say. Dear God. Come on. It looks like we're getting some, yeah, we're getting some leeway with this a little bit, I think. It looks like they're just really closely docked up. I'm gonna put on the brakes, and then what I will do is I'm gonna cheat. End flight. There we go. Because this is one separate piece. We'll go to the tracking station, and we'll go back to our Eve Rover. Now, hopefully, there's no other real problems with this. Why is it floating? Alright, there we go. There we go. Perfect. So, I mean, this was a very, very close landing. I did not expect it to be so close to the water or whatever substance this is. I'll turn off these. Yes, don't really need them. And it looks like he's got eyes, like derpy eyes a little bit. So let's get this thing. Oh God, yeah, no, this thing, and we'll turn on this thing. It's a little hot here, just a little bit. Put this panel in, or put it out, I should say. Just turn on all our science experimenty stuff. I thought I had another one on here. I guess it disappeared or something. Whatever. So let's test out this little rover. There we go. Brakes are off. Wow. Not bad. Oh, God. Wow. I guess the torque from this thing just kills it instantly. Wow, that's insane. I didn't even get going, like, remotely fast, so that's just intense right there. Wow. First rover just completely smashed to pieces. I guess all future rovers will not have, oh, and this wheel is broken, too. This thing just really got messed up on landing. I guess all future rovers will have, like, static panels or something. We're just gonna drive them, you know, into the water. I think that would be the best way to kill them. This wasn't really a failure in my eyes. I mean, I did make it here and everything else, but I did not expect solar panels just to break so easily. So let's slow down a little bit. I think I'm gonna just try to casually go into the water. Oh my God. Is it stuck now? Go forward. Go forth, accept your fate. But, yeah. So, anyways, guys, the second probe will be on the second episode, and yeah, we'll find a better landing site, hopefully. I mean, at least these things will be placeholders from now on. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.